Look, it's good to be here in Bourke in the wet. It really is good to be here in Bourke in the wet. It's been phenomenally dry for the last 18 months or so. In fact, Bourke went from flood to drought, but obviously today is good soaking rain. It doesn't mean that the drought is over, but nevertheless it's very encouraging, it's very hopeful, but of course it takes time to recover from a period of very intense drought, and that's why it's still important, whatever might happen with rain in the next few days and weeks, that there be a significant drought position adopted by the government, and that's what will happen. I want to thank Mark Colton for his hospitality and the hospitality of his electorate today. Obviously it was good to be with Di and Phil Ridge just out of town. I want to particularly thank Barnaby Joyce for the work that he's been doing for some weeks and months now. Barnaby appreciated late last year that the drought situation was deteriorating, and he's been talking to me and to my office now for quite some time, and we're very confident that we're close to finalising a drought package which will address the economic and the social needs of the people in those parts of rural and regional Australia that have been so significantly impacted. This is a government that is determined to stand by the people of Australia in good times and in bad times, and I'm confident that we are close to announcing a drought package which is both fair and economically responsible, because for the people living in drought affected areas it's really analogous to a natural disaster. So thanks so much for being with me today and with Barnaby, and I might just ask Barnaby to add to those remarks.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Prime Minister. I really mean that. The people of the Western Districts appreciate the fact that Muhammad's come to the mountain, and it's really important that you come out and see it. I know that it's a juxtaposition here because it's pouring with rain, and I'd like to thank the Mayor of Bourke, whose able assistance pulled most of the cars out away from that wool shed. And I'd like to thank all the people who buggered off and left me there to help him. Look, what's really important is that we understand that these are a group of people, the rural community of Australia, who put money on the table for our nation, who have a viable industry that earns export dollars, who were one of the first industries to drag us out. We never went into a global financial crisis because of the March 2009 shipping figures for wheat. So this is a good industry, and these are mums and dads. And I want to also thank the empathy of the people in the major cities, in Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane, because when they do the vox pop on them, they get it. They get it straight away. They said, these people put food on the table. These are decent people. These are mums and dads. These are people who've used their own resources and tried to muscle through this themselves. But it's important that you have a government that understands it, that's empathetic, that gets off its backside and goes and has a look. And I'd like to thank you, Prime Minister, for that. I really do.